What's good, UITBC? What's good, fight fans, boxing heads around the world? B Marsh with another boxing video. So this is my breakdown and prediction for this fight we have between Jack Culcay, the WBA regular champ, actually now the former champ, versus now the new current WBA regular champ at 154 pounds, junior middleweight, and that's Demetrius Andrade. This was a fight where Jack Culcay was a pressure fighter, but Demetrius Andrade had the long reach and the height advantage, and there was moments where, in my opinion, where the man Demetrius Andrade was when he was fighting behind his jab and his boxing skill set, he was winning the fight easily. You know what I mean? But when this guy Jack Culcay started to close the distance, and this started from about like round six. He closed the distance, and now he was being the more active fighter. He was engaging Demetrius Andrade into a sloppy inside fight, where Demetrius Andrade, he looked comfortable, but still, in my opinion, he was pretty vulnerable, you know what I mean? Because Demetrius Andrade was keeping his head low, and he was getting tagged here and there. And the man Demetrius Andrade, one thing I thought he should have done more was just stick with his boxing skill set and keep the man at the end of his jab and throw them right hands. You know what I'm saying? But Demetrius Andrade, he wanted to do that, but this guy Jack Culcay was closing the distance, man, and he was getting on the inside. And I had Demetrius Andrade winning, but it wasn't an impressive win in my opinion. I think he looked way better than maybe this Jack Culcay guy is pretty good. I've never seen him fight before, but the man Demetrius Andrade made easy work of a guy like Willie Nelson. He stopped Willie Nelson, which wasn't really predictable, even though I do remember I got some guap off of that fight because I did bet Demetrius Andrade to beat him inside the distance. But Jack Culcay was a guy who was an aggressive fighter, but he didn't do enough to win the fight, in my opinion. You know what I mean? The scorecards were close. It was a split decision. One judge had it 115, 113 for Jack Culcay, and two judges had it 116, 112 in favor of Demetrius Andrade. And that's how I had it, 8 rounds to 4, 116, 112. But this was a lackluster effort, in my opinion, for the man, Demetrius Andrade. By no means did he look superb. And, maybe he didn't step on the gas, which, in my opinion, would be playing with your career because, in my opinion, this fight wasn't a split decision, but he won 8 rounds to 4. That could have easily been a draw in Germany, you know what I mean? You know how they do out there, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people do also say, when these foreign fighters come to the USA, 9 times out of 10 they get robbed. Yeah, that might be the case. Might have a point there, but I think we got to go on fight-to-fight basis to really compare, you know what I mean? Who actually has the biggest uh, judging errors? And, Demetrius Andrade, he got by one, even though I thought he won easily. But he didn't look impressive to me, man. It was just something about this fight where I thought he looked vulnerable. And now if he's the mandatory to fight a guy like Arislandi Lara, I don't see I see Arislandi Lara beating this guy, you know what I mean? While Andrade was the talk of 154 in his last fight versus Willie Nelson, where people said he's the best looking junior middleweight on the planet. You know what I mean? I don't know if they'd say that tonight after this uninspiring victory against Jack Culcay from Germany, actually Ecuadorian, but born in Ecuador, but I guess he's grew up in Germany. So let me know in the comment section what y'all thought about this fight. Let me know how you scored it. You think Jack Culcay had a legitimate argument of maybe having the fight closer than it was? You think he won the fight, or do you think Andrade looked superb at beating Jack Culcay on the road in Germany? Be Marsh Boxing. I'm going to catch you on the next vid. Peace.